Block 8 of the Tunisian sampler Afghan, which is the first block of the second column of the Afghan, is the moss block, and it is a combination of two stitches, the simple Afghan stitch and the purl stitch, very similar to the vertical ridge block, which was in column 1. The difference with this block is that it's a combination of two different rows. The first row you'll do simple Afghan stitch, purl, and repeat all the way across. And the next row you will reverse and you'll start with purl and then simple Afghan stitch. So they go opposite each other. I use the previous row to determine the stitch I'm going to do. This is a purl stitch here, and the reason I can see that it is because there's a little loop going across it. This is the basic Afghan stitch or simple stitch, and you'll see there's no loop. So in this one, since I'm doing the opposite of what I did in this row, it's going to be the Afghan stitch. And then the next one should be the purl stitch. Oh goodness. I don't know why I have such a problem as soon as I get in front of the camera. Okay, this one will be the Afghan stitch, and purl, and you just basically do this across the row. I was hoping I will go ahead and do this all the way across so I can show you my join to the previous column, which we'll be doing as we add each block to this column. Yes. Almost to the end of the row. Okay, now I'm going to drop that and pick up the cream for the color change. This is the vertical sashing, which is going to go up the left side of this column. And to join, I'm going to catch the back thread, and because mine are so loose, I'm catching a second thread back here. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it when I'm done. I'm catching two threads. I'm leaving the front thread alone. Then I yarn over and draw through two loops, no chaining there. Okay, and the reason I'm doing that is because my end stitches of this column are very loose, and it does help to reduce the gap. You can see the join there. It's actually looking pretty darn good. And on the back, there's no ridge or anything from joining. So this is my preferred method of joining blocks or columns, but it does require you to join as you're quilting the block. The other thing that I'm going to change is I'm going to stagger. I decided this last night. I'm going to stagger my blocks in the second column. So I'm going to do a half a block here, then sashing, and then another whole block all the way up to the top, and then I'll finish with half a block. Kind of like a brick effect. I think it provides a little more interest rather than lining them up exactly with each other. Anyway, more to follow on that. Thanks for watching. This is Block 8, the Moss Block. Bye.